up? What up? Welcome back to the channel. I'm MoedotJ and we're locked in. Happy New Year's to everyone. It is January 2nd, 2025, and we have another Netflix series called Missing You. Now, it dropped on the 1st, and of course, I needed some time to watch it, but we're going to go ahead and break this down. Now, it's 5 episodes, so that's 5 days of recap, starting from the 2nd all the way up to the 6th. Now, Detective Kat Donovan's world unravels when she finds her estranged fiancé on a dating app. This leads Kat to reopen the unsolved mystery surrounding her father's murder. Now, this show is based over in the UK. The accent is there, but you guys know the UK is my second home. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. But before we do, and we break down episode 1, Every Breath You Take, if you like thrillers, if you like Law and Order, you like solving mysteries, then this show might be for you. We're on that road to 75,000 subscribers. So what I want you to do is hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel, turn on your notification bell so you get something every time we upload, and make sure you hit that like button. Again, we're on the road to 75,000. But why make that small of a goal? And let's try to get 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So do your part and hit that subscribe button, help a brother out, and let's jump into it. This is Missing You on Netflix, the 5-part series, starting now. We start the episode off with a guy by the name of Rishi on the back of a horse. Now we hear him talking about this beautiful blonde-haired woman. She's staring out the window and he's like, you know, being with you is everything my heart desires. But as he's riding off into who knows where, the horse jumps over a bale of hay and he falls off. And that's where we have this character just looking off and he's very, very hurt. We get introduced to our main character. Now her name is Kat Donovan and she's a detective. And right now she's on a date. She has the ideal job. She's a detective. We know that her father was a detective. And the guy she's on a date with, he works out a lot. So he's into the gym and fitness. The waitress comes over because they're just getting started with, you know, the beginning of the day. You get a little drink in. The waitress comes over and they start to order drinks. And, well, you know, this is what adults do. While she's on the date, she gets interrupted because her best friends called, Stacy and Aqua, and they're basically saying, you can't leave girls' night to go out on a date. Now, it appears that our girl Kat hasn't been on a date in a while, so the girls, they low-key hating and they blocking right now. But Kate's like, hold on, wait a minute, let me get back to you, because she hears a noise in the kitchen. Well, the disturbance that was going on in the kitchen was between two chefs, well, cooks. And this happens all the time. I worked at Sonic's, I've seen a lot of people fighting back there. But one guy finds out the girl is cheating and he pulled a knife on her. So Kat comes back here and she's like, put the knife down. The guy you stabbed, that you've been thinking that your girl was cheating with, he only has a few minutes to survive. Put the knife down. But he doesn't put the knife down. He turns it on Kat and then he starts choking her out. But she takes a meat cleaver, bow, hits him upside the head and ends up arresting him. And now everyone finds out that she's actually a detective. And this in here raining on her because she pulled the fire alarm. And let me tell you, Detective Kat, the police force has one. At the police station the next day, we end up meeting Detective Kat's boss. Now his name is Stagger and he's bringing her a quote unquote birthday gift by the name of Charlie. Charlie is a young gentleman. He's going to be doing the digital forensics. So if there's anything that goes on a cell phone or on a computer, he'll be able to do it. Now she also has a partner in here and they're in charge of the missing person unit. So Charlie is going to be a good addition. And you can tell that Stagger, her boss, seems like he knows what he's doing and has a lot of trust in her. As soon as Charlie sits down, he opens up his laptop. He's the digital forensics and he Googles his boss, Kat Donovan. And he finds out that her father was actually unalive. Sitting in shock over police detective killing, Westbridge is in shock after Detective Sergeant Clint Donovan murder. She sees him Googling this and she closes it. And now she's telling him to get up and come with them because they have a new lead, well, a new case of a missing person. It turns out the call that they got was for a missing person. Now, in the opening scene, we seen the gentleman on the horse, Rishi, and this is his car, but it's locked at this point. Now, Charlie, he goes over there, and as we mentioned earlier, he knows how to get electronics to work. He pops open the door, the alarm goes off, he turns the alarm off. So when they're looking around to see if there's anyone close or anything nearby, because this is a missing person, they go around to the trunk and they open it, and we think that we're about to see a body or something. Turns out it wasn't nothing but an umbrella back there. So this is a legit missing person. Kat and her friend Stacy go and do some yoga, but once they get done doing yoga, we already seen that Kat has been on a date. And Stacy is saying what you need to do is start getting on dating apps. Not all of them just swipe left, swipe right. There's this musical one, and how it matches you is off of the music that you choose. So she re-downloads it, makes her a profile, and now Kat is in the game to go on here and swipe left and swipe right, and I guess find some music, you know? Everybody at the bar getting tipsy. Once she gets home, since there aren't any missing persons popping up, she gets onto the app, Melody Cupid, and she's swiping left on everybody. Nope, not a match. Nope, not a match. Who? Nope. Who is it? Nah, I'm good. Pass. Left, left, left. Wait a minute. Then she sits up. So this person looks very important, and we start getting flashbacks. This gentleman looks like someone she used to be involved with, but she's wondering, why is he on this dating app? The reason Kat's in shock is because this guy is Josh. This used to be her fiancé. But one day she came home and all of his clothes were gone. So now she's telling Stacy, he's been gone for all these years. He left and didn't tell me, but now he's on a dating app and we matched. Now Stacy is saying, no, do not, I repeat, do not message him. But of course, you know, Kat is very curious because she wants to know what happened. But we know the saying is curiosity killed the cat. Kat ends up meeting up with another friend of theirs, Aqua, who was on the phone call when they were hating on her at the first date. Now she's asking the same questions. I was on the dating app and Josh was on there, but I haven't talked to Josh in years. And see, Aqua was friends with Josh also. So she's lying, talking about, well, you know, I haven't seen Josh either. So it's all weird. And you know, on my channel, everybody's a suspect until we remove them from the board. So we don't know what's really going on in the show at this point. So we just got to assume everybody is a suspect. But she ends up leaving Aqua because work is very important. Kat gets called into work and Stagger is sitting in his office. He wanted to call her up to give her some information. Now, the information he provides to her is that there's a gentleman by the name of Mont LeBurn who is in jail, and he's the one that unalived her father, Clint. Well, it looks like he has cancer and he only has a few days left. Now, the reason this is so important is because Kat wants to talk to him to try to get a confession on his deathbed about why he unalived her father. But Stagger is saying, you can't go and talk to him. He's about to die. He already confessed. That's it. But you know, Kat ain't gonna give up. She done already lost her fiance and she lost her father. She's gonna follow this as much as she can. Now Kat is having flashbacks of her and the time she had with her father. And this moment is when he's giving her advice, telling her relationships aren't going to be 50-50. I know that was the big talking point in 2024. Hopefully in 2025 we don't hear about it. But Pops is saying sometimes it's 80-20, sometimes it's 60-40. And it's not always going to be in your favor. But the key thing to a relationship is working it out, is because a relationship is teamwork between two people. Whether it's a good relationship or a bad one, it's still between you two, and it has to be effort on both ends. If not, then it's gonna fall apart. So for her, she really looked up to her father. This was her hero because he was in the police force, and so is she. She heads to her mom's house, and when she gets over there, all the ladies over here, I'm talking about, yeah, drinks in the air, they about 60 years old, but they still, you know what I'm saying, they still know their way around, if you know what I mean. So they talking about the dating pool and how it's too hard to get guys here, and you know, Stella got her groove back, why can't they? So it's good to see that she has a relationship with her mother, and her mother has some friends too, so it's not like her mother's just alone and grieving after her father passed. Kat tells her mom about Mont, and she's like, don't even worry about it. You know, I'm at peace. But when she leaves the house, she has to call up Charlie. And Charlie's been doing some work. And what Charlie found out is not only did we find this car, but about 2.5 kilometers away was a B&B that he rented. So he was staying out there. So now what they need to do is go to this Airbnb and find out if there's any information or any evidence that he left at this room, so they can try to find where Rishi is. Kat's doing her research. She's laying everything out on the line because this is very important to her. Finding out who unalived her father and where the heck this Rishi is. Now she's talking to Stacy because Stacy has a connect. She's a private investigator, so she knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that can get something done for you. So she's like, listen, can you get me into the prison to talk to LeBurn before he passes away? She's like, listen, I can't make any guarantees, but one of my clients worked there, and let me put in a call for you and I'll see what I can do. So Stacy is someone you need on your team. We finally see Rishi again. Now he's off that horse and his leg is busted up. He's walking down the middle of this road limping. Ha, ha, ha. And all of a sudden we see a blue tractor pull up behind him. And then a white guy hops out, talk about no, 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 no. He chases Rishi down, which isn't too hard to do because he's limping and he got a cattle prod, and he takes this rod and stabs him in the back and it lights him up. Electrocution to the finest. This is what they hit the cows with to get the cows to get on into the damn shed or to the farm, whatever you want to call it. Stacy makes it happen. So she takes Kat over to the prison to go and talk to Monty. When they get in there, Monty's sitting there. Now, she originally tells him, listen, I need whatever information you can get. I know about Callaghan, and I know you worked for him and you unalived my dad, but why did you do it? And he's basically like, you came here to ask for that? Seeing your face sad, that's all I need before I'm out of here. Well, it turns out he's holding it down. He's not spilling a word about what actually happened. But the nurse, she says, wait a minute. I got something. Back in the day, we used to give patients morphine, and once they're drugged up, it's kind of hard for them to continue a lie and they tell the truth. Once he's on the morphine, he grabs her hand and he forgets where he is because he's drugged up. She gave him a double dose of morphine. So he thinks he's talking to his daughter, and he starts to explain the truth. He didn't actually kill Clint Donovan, her father. No. They bribed him to say that he did because he was already going to jail for 2 life sentences of killing 2 other people. So he just took the fall. He's the fall guy. So now we're looking at Callaghan, who is basically the mob boss, or he's just an underground trap lord. But this guy, Mr. LeBurn, he didn't do it. He just took the fall, and he's the cover-up guy. Man, that was a twist I wasn't expecting. I thought he was going to give up all the information. Stacy ends up calling, and this is right after the information that Monte is actually the fall guy and not the actual killer. Well, Stacy's been doing some digging, and she got the visitor logs of who came and visited him. And guess what? Josh, the ex-fiancé, the one on the dating app, it turns out he was on the visitor log. Everyone's looking around like, wait a minute. Why was Josh here and why is Josh gone? Everyone is a suspect. With all of this news, Kat ended up texting Josh earlier. Hey Josh, it's me. I ain't missing you at all. Kissy face Kat. And they played the song that they were singing in her flashback. Well, Josh's response was, don't think it's a good idea for us to talk. By Kat. And we just found out he's on the visitor log and he doesn't want to talk to her. This is interesting. All right, there you go. The recap for episode 1 of Missing You on Netflix. Let me know what you think. Right now, this is a crime and a thriller. And you know me, everybody is a suspect until we remove it from the board. Right now, who are you pointing the fingers at? We got to point the fingers at somebody. Who unalived Clint? Who was over here doing the kidnapping? Why isn't Josh responding? What the heck is going on right now? Let me know what you think about it. Tune in tomorrow for episode 2 of the 5-day recap of Missing You on Netflix. Thanks for watching. I'm MoedotJ. If you like this kind of content, hit that like button. Definitely hit that subscribe button. Help me out. We doing 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Thanks for watching again. I'm out.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.